Hey guys, this is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching that hashtag show. Ooh-yah! Hey guys, this is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger.
Hey!
We're live. What's back there?
No,
Jesus Christ.
We're no longer talking
Well,
about...
we just lost
Hey guys,
our...
this is
We're not
Jason
for kids
David
anymore
Frank,
on
the Green
YouTube. I
Ranger,
guess that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're not going to get demonetized.
Actually,
Hey guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people
David
are...
Frank.
I actually had
Hey!
We're live. A lot of people
What's
have
back
talked
there?
about
No, Jesus
our
Christ.
I was in Chicago. There was an advertiser for YouTube.
Well,
Well, we just
Hey
lost
guys,
our...
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
David
anymore
Frank,
on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're not going to get demonetized.
Actually,
Hey guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people...
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger
Live.
Wrapup. A lot of people... This is a little bit of a after dark kind of feel. Well, we just
Hey
lost
guys,
our...
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
David
anymore
Frank,
on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're not going to get demonetized.
Actually,
Hey guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger
Live.
Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit
Jesus
of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost
guys,
our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're not going to get demonetized.
Actually,
Hey guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger
Live.
Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost
guys,
our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone
get
users.
demonetized.
Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost
guys,
our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess
Ranger,
that's what
and
happened.
you're watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids anymore on
Frank, the
YouTube.
Green
I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids anymore on YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users. Actually,
guys,
so
this is
a lot of
Jason
people.
David Frank.
Anyway, we are here with the Ranger Wrapup. A lot of people. This is a little bit of a. We haven't done it together, kind of feel. Well, we just lost our.
this is
We're not for
Jason
kids
Frank,
anymore on
the Green
YouTube. I guess that's what happened.
watching.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Rest
we're
in
not
peace,
gonna
headphone users.
come back until recently. That's why her voice is going to be. It's just her voice. It's going to be in this big episode. This spectacular. Oh, VO. They haven't. They're still doing
I
VO
heard
for
they're
the
bringing.
season
I
now.
heard they're bringing back Dalcia too.
No, they're not. But they're still.
She like messed her foot. No,
Let's see,
I'm
let's
thinking I'm thinking Diva Talk.
Let's see.
She like messed her
Let's
foot.
go back to super chat. But yeah, what do you mean? How are they going to use their voice? They're still doing ADR now.
What's the story gonna be like?
He's still.
It's a phone call.
They're still doing legit. They're still doing it now.
No,
So.
there's a delay. There's a delay. Are we talking fine? Are we doing good? Is the audio back? Much better, says Blackwing. He approves.
Yeah.
It's good. He says it's good. The audio's back.
Yes. So this is
No,
all right,
no more
so
voices.
no.
Loud noises.
Bravo, Devin. Bravo.
So we just released some big Power Ranger news that is not true, but we want to keep
I was
going.
gonna say, I was like, man, that Wallace Jones part.
All right, so let's talk about this. Jezzer, what's your status with Power Rangers right now? Like, where you at with it?
Like, am I watching things?
Are you watching things? Are you following things? What's going on? I know you just bought the Beast Morph for Blue Ranger. I did too.
Yeah, but out. So
Oh,
I wasn't hunting for it, but I was just walking through Target. I saw a blue Beast Morpher. Oh, fuck it, let's go.
I did the same. I didn't do the same thing. I specifically went looking for
Are you
it.
still doing that thing?
I tried. I
Wait,
went
no, hold on. So
Go ahead.
you told me something. I think it was some party you had. It was some barbecue. And you said the old, like when you buy toys.
Oh,
you
that's
keep-
100% true.
You keep.
I blame it on you.
He
Blame it
keeps
on your
telling
birthday.
Stephanie it's for I'm buying these toys for my birthday.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for like it's been a year now.
No, it's been a year. It's been like a few months.
So she's probably thinking, man,
When's his birthday coming up? How many toys you buying him?
She's like, are you really his friend?
It's
You
actually
don't even know
true.
what his birthday is. do you?
This is actually
I'm
true.
just prepping just in case.
This is
I don't
actually true.
Oh my
I
God.
totally have. I totally.
know. Back up again.
Oh my god.
oh, the
Volume is
volume.
down?
Oh, complaining. You complaining.
Well, they would complain if they can't hear it.
Yeah.
I would complain too.
Now can you hear me?
No, that's totally true. I totally used Jezzer as a scapegoat to buy the Lightning collection.
When I heard that, I was like, how does that?
But it was only
make
for
sense?
it's only for Wave 2.
Did he like call you like, hey, just
No,
hey,
no,
look,
we
this-
were
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
it.
no,
So I was wondering because
He was asking me.
we were talking about like displaying and stuff. I was like, oh, why don't you have it like displayed somewhere? Like,
That's right.
you wouldn't display it anywhere.
I won't. Because
she's
Mia's
gonna-
gonna go crazy. I want to play with it.
Oh, that's true. Joe had that all sitting up there all perfect. She's
'Cause,
like,
I mean,
oh.
I don't know. Like, there's if I were to walk into that place, there's no way I would have known it's Joe's house. Well, to be fair, I've never seen Joe's house.
Well, we are. I'm
True,
starting to.
he
I'm
would
starting
know.
to implement. Like you have the big world title.
He has
there,
the belt.
But
He has the belt.
I'm starting to implement things.
Is it? Hey, can I put this up? And then you
No,
have
I
to,
mean, it's
has
more-
to go through all these loops and like, oh,
Yeah,
you have
no,
to-
yeah, kind
application.
of. It's like, oh, it doesn't match. It's like, shut. What the fuck
I
do you
knew it,
match with?
That's always the
I know. I
first
mean,
thing
but
women
that
do.
kind of makes sense for girls. Like they.
Women always do that.
Yeah.
Though. No, that's always the answer. Oh, it doesn't match here, like in that room. If you want to know, I think Chris Rock said it once. If you want to know that a house is not yours, one day go home and hang up a picture of your mother. Watch how fast that thing disappears. Like you're just like, I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, it doesn't go in this room.
Not only does
And
that
then, you know,
disappear, your marriage is ended right there.
It
Well,
disappears.
no, it
I mean, it honestly, like, there's like, I think the one touch. There's two things. It's like an Easter egg. You come to my place. There's two Easter eggs to know that I live there. One, there's a WWF old school world title in the center console,
right in the middle, right in the
right
middle.
under the television.
Under the television,
The
yeah.
second thing, you guys would never find it in the bookshelf. There's a bunch of X-Men.
Oh yeah, yeah.
trade
I didn't look.
paperbacks.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say if you open up the fridge and then all the beers.
Well, yeah.
right, he's like, open up
Also,
the-
if you open up the fridge, and you'll clearly know all the beers like clearly there.
You're like, oh, these are chicks.
There's one prominent thing that's in my refrigerator. It is beer. That's actually true. But no, that's the thing. But we've been doing a lot more barbecues. I remember when Jezzer tried to cook ribs in my house, and I asked him if he knew what he was doing, because he gave us the first batch of ribs, and they were burnt to all fucking hell.
Time out. I didn't.
God, here it
I didn't finish cooking those things.
Well,
John did.
No, the second batch John
Oh,
cooked.
No. The
yeah,
both
no,
batches
John-
he did.
John did.
Oh,
He did
really?
He did both
The
batches.
first batch was burnt to shit.
He left it in. He forgot.
Yeah.
Did he really forget?
Yeah, he forgot.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the second batch was good.
The second
I
batch
think
was
this is
the
good.
second batch was
I think
really
this is
good.
Yeah.
I think you can grill.
That was a lot of
Can you?
food.
Yeah, it was a
I think
lot.
you can grill.
Who me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can grill.
Yeah.
I know how to make.
Better
I know how to take your steak.
I'm
I'm
a-
wait. Okay.
Go ahead.
Johnny, who is a fucking monster.
Okay.
Like he takes his burnt, well done, like burnt, like.
Well, that's
he-
a black thing, dude.
That's what I figured out,
black
too.
People are like, oh no, why do I want red? I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
I want that fucking thing bloody. I do.
No, and
I'm
I
not
figured that out
super
too.
bloody, but,
I have a friend who actually he might watch the show, Tervante, and he's a larger black man as well.
It's not a shot.
I was like, hey, how do you like your steak? He's like, oh,
Tervante.
well done. I was like, get the fuck out of here! I'm not gonna eat steak with you ever.
Yeah,
That is
never.
disgusting as shit.
You've now lost all the flavor by like cooking
And
it
nu-
down
and
and char-
nutrients,
Yes.
yes. Oh, look, we
Super
got a
chat.
super chat from the Blur. What they could do like those
Oh
layers.
yeah, that's the thing now. That's what I was like tripping.
Yeah, I've been gone for YouTube for a long time. That's weird.
Thank you for the super chat, Blur.
Thank you.
And
But
it's
yeah.
busy on Spotify. That's what
So,
she's
but how do you
doing.
take yours? If it's you said it's a black thing, or you do follow that? No.
I'm Haitian. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm thinking more and more. I have to be like, I'm West Indian. That's easier because people are like, you don't do this. Black people, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. Nasty Nagori says, "Well done." Well, bye.
Well done.
That is
Wow.
gross. That is so fucking
I don't know.
gross.
It's just like you lose all the flavor by just.
No, but as a kid,
like, get a filet
yeah.
mignon and do it well done. People will look at you like, "What is your problem?"
Yeah, I'm a rare guy.
Yeah. No, I don't know about rare, but as a kid,
I like rare.
like
I like
I
rare-
never could have
rare
my meat
medium.
pink inside or whatever
Oh, no.
because my dad said, "Oh, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna
Yeah,
get sick."
yeah.
But then I realized growing up, that's only for burgers.
That's right.
Only for burgers.
That's right.
Even
'Cause
then,
you can
you're
do-
not gonna get
That's why
sick.
'cause you can do steak that's
That's
hard.
actually not true. So in Paris, they actually serve a
No,
dish.
it really depends on the meat. Like
It's ground beef, but
well,
in
'cause
Paris
ground
they
beef,
serve.
there's contact. There's
Yeah.
contact.
They
with other
sear the
things,
outside.
yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah, that's right. It has to be sanitarily
Yeah.
safe.
Like
but
you never know.
you
Like
can
if
eat-
you,
you
if you
can
go to like
literally-
a random barbecue and there's pink and
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't know the person, I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it.
No, but pink in my burger, I can go.
Yeah,
for pink
yeah.
in my burger. If
Yeah,
it's
I'm with that.
But you're like rare.
Oh yeah.
steak.
I've never
a
tried-
good-
I've never tried
like it-
rare, but
I
I've
want
tried
it
medium
seared.
rare.
I want it seared where
Uh-huh.
it like looks like, but when you.
I
cut it,
remember.
it comes
I
that
don't
blood.
remember where I was. It was either in Paris. I think it might have
Wow.
been.
Wow, there is so many well dones here. Well, Black Wings black. So
Yeah, black wings black.
Oh,
But
that was
also, you know what
racist.
I found out?
Uh-huh.
The whole thing is when you get older, you appreciate the fact that you're not like burning your steak.
I don't. I
Somebody
disagree with
usually
that. I
teaches
actually
you.
disagree with that.
Really, why?
Yeah, so I really think it depends on where you grew up. So I think that most people that have grown up in suburbia like their steak medium rare. If you grew up a little bit higher class, you grew up with your steak rare. If you grew up in a lesser class system, you grew up.
You grow up. Yeah, you grow up. That's true.
So you're calling
That's
them
true.
lesser class people?
Yeah.
they're
Well,
not-
here's the
well,
deal.
no, they're
not
not-
calling them, but
one-
here's the deal.
they're-
Most people that have eaten most people that have eaten steak have eaten it one out of two ways.
Yes.
You've either had it on a barbecue,
Uh-huh.
or you've had it served to you like in a skillet, like not in a skillet, but like a skillet steak. Most people I've come to find out that have ever really had steak have had it at a barbecue. So that's why they like it well done, and it makes more sense because it's easier to set it and forget it.
Well, I was in.
Except your ribs.
Yeah, I was in Japan. I was in Japan a month ago, and had wagyu.
Oh yeah.
That shit.
Woo!
So wagyu is actually the same as Kobe beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But-
the way it cut, right?
Now
no, the
Kobe,
location.
it's location. So
Yeah.
Kobe comes from Kobe, Japan, and it's because the fat is
so-
marbleized, and
I
they
mean, so
feed
yeah,
the
it
beef
is
or
cut,
the cows
way
like
it's cut.
this great stuff.
You know what it's like
Wagyu's
though?
the same thing.
It's like, let's say you cut a piece of
like
butter.
butter, dude.
No, like legit. You
is.
put it in your mouth and it just.
Yeah, it does.
Dude,
I know
I'm thinking,
that
I'm
much.
getting
I know
hungry
that
thinking
much.
about it.
But
It
the
is-
thing is, you can buy wagyu beef, but the thing is, can you cook it? Like that's
Yeah.
that's what it
yeah,
really
that
comes
is the
down
hardest
to.
part. So I also had wagyu, like on like street food. They have it as street food for like $12. You get like a kebab,
Right.
And it's oh my
was
god,
still just
dude,
like-
it was
just
so
one point.
fucking good, man. Dude, like I don't know, like a lot of people, oh, go to Japan and eat the sushi. No, go to Japan, eat the meat, dude. The meat is fucking like oh.
I will agree with that. I will
so
agree
good.
with
Go for
that.
that.
Okay, so we are here to talk about Power Rangers. What?
Yeah. I mean that's
well, in the chat. What are people saying about
No, I'm-
steaks?
no, I'm just
That's still
reading.
going on?
There's just a
But
lot
tell
of
me,
people.
tell me who, and tell me what they're saying.
The Blur. Oh, is the Blur's birthday? John.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
happy birthday.
I've gotten sick off of undercooked chicken. That's what Matthew.
Well,
Well,
Yeah,
that-
chicken.
Yeah.
You
that's-
don't
Chicken, you
eat
definitely-
pink chicken.
You gotta-
like,
there's no such thing as rare chicken. Like
If it's rubbery in any way, I'm sorry, it's
KFC
not
does
done.
not have that option of like I like my chicken rare.
Yeah,
please.
right.
Not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the
We're
salmonella.
gonna talk about the new episode of Power Rangers.
But
Beast
who else? What
Morphers.
else we got? What else are people saying?
Idea for MorphCon THS barbecue party.
Well, it's not bad. Not bad.
If it's gonna be in the convention, there's no way you can do it.
But
Yeah, right.
I think we should. I mean, if we did it in the parking lot, that'd be sick. Like tailgate party.
Oh, you know, you got that big. It's because it's in Pasadena this year, right?
Yeah.
You got that big area between the two conventions.
All right, here's a fun question. When you meet people that like the show, and this is an honest question, when you meet people that know who you are and like the show, initial reactions are, do you run? Do you embrace it? Or what? Like, how are you with people interaction?
The very first thing is I don't believe it. always think like, oh, Joe's somewhere around
Someone's
here.
around here. Yeah, that's what I think.
Some of Joe's around
You think
here.
it's me that I would pull that? I did pull that prank
You
once.
would do that.
Oh, once?
I did not.
Once? Yeah, once?
No, but to be fair, we did try to get him. Hey, are you Jordan Field? That was funny, dude. I talked to.
That was so dumb, though.
I
It
know,
didn't
I
even work.
know. It was dumb, but it was funny.
But the one we tried to get you to, and you didn't believe it.
Immediately, I was like, that's not happening. Not at this con.
No.
But what about you? What's your
yeah.
initial reaction?
Yeah, I just don't believe. It's like, you're kidding. You're like, yeah, you don't know who I am. Like, you know? But after I was like, oh, that's cool. Thanks. But it gets to a certain. There's certain people that will come up to you, and they kind of won't leave you alone.
Let me ask you another question. What if? Have you ever had the encounter? Because you're very controversial, especially on this show. Have you ever had the encounter where somebody's like, "I hate you"?
There was. What was it? It was I think WonderCon.
This is a comment. When I met Jezza, he was actually really cool. Meaning that
So,
you'd think he was an asshole,
yeah,
right?
It's
So,
like that,
To
what
be
I'm
fair,
reading here,
though-
what I'm reading here is he's usually a dick, but today he was a nice guy.
To be fair, though, I did meet Comic Book Realtor when I was heading back to my hotel. I was really tired.
Is it realtor or realtor?
Realtor.
I don't know which one.
What is it called?
Realtor, I'm a realtor.
Hey, man, people make fun of how I say Capri Sun.
here's another one. This is what Blackwing says. When I met Jezza, he was completely chill and very nice, which normally is not the
No,
case,
yeah,
obviously. If people are saying things, I think that's interesting.
Capri Sun.
Funny thing, this is what Comic Realtor says. Funny thing is that he called me when I met.
Oh yeah, I call him. Hey, it's Comic Book Realtor. Wait,
Yeah,
how do you
I don't
say
know
it?
your regular name.
How do you say it? Realtor?
I don't know. You can say it either way. I think apparently.
I think it's
Realtor?
funny, like when they.
But like
say
if
realtor?
he, I don't know if you know as well. I was kind of a little dismissive. Like I was like,
What
oh,
an
nice to meet.
asshole.
Like,
You
no,
were
no,
ready to go.
like nice to meet you. Like kind of like being real quick because I kind of just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
you know.
it's understandable.
What about you?
Realtor.
Like,
No
what's
one
your
recognizes me. No one knows who I am.
what's your thing
Not
when
from
people
anything
meet
with
you?
that.
No, we were
Not
at
from
we were
anything
at
hashtag.
we were at Korean Japan World Heroes that one time, right?
You know what's funny? Here's a great one. Blackwing got recognized by Daryl. It wasn't the other way around. So he says, plus Daryl literally walked up behind me and said my name, and I was like, who the heck was behind me?
Whoa! So he said your government right there.
That
Like,
contradicts
oh,
social media. No,
Right.
just
He
kidding.
was like, "Hey, Jonathan."
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Jennings. Is it?
Jennings.
All right, the mics are on.
Hey, no way. He's like. So what did he say right there? I don't know. I hope he doesn't figure this out. It's Mike's right there.
Realtors.
This is another thing. Blackwing, of course, when I met Joe, it was really cool. Couldn't believe how tall he was, but still cool.
I don't.
Wait, you know who said that?
Everyone
Also, who
says
said that
that.
was
DDT
DDT.
cosplay.
DDT was like, "Oh man, you're a lot taller in person." And then he looked at me and was like, "Fuck you."
This person says, Artie E. Mini says, haven't had the pleasure to meet you guys, only a Twitter disagreement with Jezzer. Curious to see what that Twitter disagreement was. Yeah, people think, for some reason...
this is the. I think I know. This is the. Oh, it's not a port game.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
That
he
was
said
such a
my
good fight.
username, huh?
That was
He
such
said
a
his
good
username.
fight, you two.
Oh, yeah, they say real tour.
Realtor.
Anyway, yeah, so people always
Real tour.
underestimate how tall I am.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't understand why. I'm solid 6'5".
Right? Solid 6'5". You know. I mean.
I
look
wish
at me,
you were
look at-
6'5",
look
then
at
I
him
could
right
be
now,
taller.
Like, I just. Even though I,
Who's
even
taller
when I
between
sit
the
up
two
straight-
of you?
I'm taller.
He's taller.
Yeah.
Even if I stand up straight, the thing is I have long.
Yeah,
legs
if we stand
and
up
a short
straight,
torso.
if we stand up
Short
straight,
torso.
you guys can't see us sitting down, but if we stand up straight, I'm only like an inch taller than him. But
Oh, boxing.
What?
Oh, This is the guy that said boxing, where I said, and I stand by it, KSI and Logan Paul are they're hurting boxing.
They are.
They are
I
hurting
agree.
boxing.
I agree.
Why?
I agree. I think my daughter was.
I
like,
disagree.
She liked it because she was like, oh, like.
Because
think
I know-
she likes
I know-
KSI,
I know-
whatever like that. But I'm like, but that's still like what you guys are doing for boxing is shit.
I disagree.
Why?
Okay, let me ask you a real question. Boxing's such a prominent sport.
No.
Both between the two of you, name me 5 boxers.
I can
Just
only,
5
I can only
that are
name
currently
one.
boxing.
I can name one. He's like a middleweight.
Go ahead.
And that's it. I don't even know his freaking name. I forgot.
Go ahead.
I forgot.
Boxing's such a bad sport.
I gotta
Or
look it up.
boxing's so great and they're ruining the procedure.
Nah.
Just name me 5.
I don't know current ones.
Okay, thank you.
No, but this is why though.
It's
This-
bringing more
Wait,
attention to that
This
sport.
is why. This is why because back in the day when I watched boxing, like the headliners, the top ones were the heavy hitters, the heavyweight.
Mike Tyson.
They don't have heavyweight hitters.
That's
anymore.
my point. This is why I think it's good for boxing, is because it's actually shining a light onto that sport.
The reason why I said that is because Logan Paul and KSI not trained boxers or not.
Sure. Again, name me 5 trained boxers.
I know, but I'm saying is you have all these young boxers trying to get that that headlining.
That's better. Honestly, I think it's better for the sport. It's the same reason why I was okay with CM Punk fighting in the UFC, because that card outside of CM Punk, who else?
But he's a fighter. But he's also
he's a wrestler. There's a difference there. Like, Brock Lesnar, fine. But both of those guys went from the UFC to WWE. It wasn't the other way around.
No, they went from WWE to
No,
UFC.
Ken Shamrock was a UFC fighter first and
His
went to
whole family
WWE.
is still, like,
Brock Lesnar
consolidated.
went to WWE first and then went to UFC. It never went the other way around. Those were real athletes doing that. Not saying wrestling's not a real athletic thing. It takes athleticism to do it, but it's not a competitive sport. Boxing, I think that brings more attention to the world of boxing. Like, I think that the reason why that fight, I'm not saying they're great fighters, but the reason why that fight exists is so more people can get interested in boxing.
Now, all honesty, Joe, do you really think people are like, Logan Paul boxing? I wonder what else happens in boxing. I don't think that happens.
I disagree.
I don't think anyone.
Why do you
really
think?
was
Why
like,
do they
Logan
think
Paul,
they broadcast?
he sold me. Like,
Why do you think they
Logan
didn't
Paul.
broadcast it on an actual boxing network? They had to broadcast it on some app that they had to create.
Well, mainly because that app probably paid a lot of money for it. Number one. Number two, I think it did. I think that at the end of the day, if you, it's the same way of like, okay, if I see celebrities play an Overwatch tournament, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. These people are playing video games. It's to attract people. I mean, there's two full system. It's to attract people to see what that gameplay is too. For example.
I don't know if Overwatch. Or
For
video
example,
games is
if we have celebrities like Power Rangers, we have them come on the show, regardless if the Power Rangers or not. Let's say we did though. Let's say we had like a big Power Ranger. Oh, Mike Rome, or we had him come on the show. What the fuck does wrestling have to do with Power Rangers?
Well, what does he have to do with Power Rangers? He loves them.
That's my point, but
Yeah,
brings,
but it brought
but it's a
people
cross,
from
right?
WWE.
It's
It's
right.
cross-pollination for.
That's my
for the whole
point.
thing.
So it opens up people's minds more. If people were into WWE and they wanted to watch Mike Rome talk about something different, it's the same thing. That's my opinion. I think it opens up what boxing could. I don't know how we're talking about this right now, but
Okay,
we are.
well, let's see what the a better analogy would be.
Hey, NXT or AEW, NXT.
Dude, that's hard right now because
NXT, it's not hard,
AEW
NXT.
is killing me right now with the Jericho promos, dude.
I love that.
It's
This has turned
hilarious.
into a wrestling conversation. By the way, yes, we're gonna start doing the wrestling show. Fuck those other 3 guys. I'm just kidding.
Fuck.
We are better though. We're more entertaining. That's a fact.
Well, let's talk about the show. Did you watch it?
Which one?
The Power Ranger show.
Yeah, episode 19. Meh. Nothing
Meh?
great. Nothing great.
It was more of a setup episode.
Well, no, but the thing is, they finally addressed what's his name? That Gargoyle or whatever that bad guy's name is.
Vargoyle.
Yeah, Vargoyle. And now him having the powers that he's stolen, and all they did was do the speed thing, where it was like,
Wait,
what?
what episode did you watch?
Episode 19, right?
Wait, what episode did you watch?
I didn't watch one.
Oh, the one it's already Vargoyle already has the powers.
Yeah.
He overpowered everybody, and then so this is the next episode where he erases the whole city's memory.
Well, yeah, and they make the good guys think that Roxy and Blaze were never turned into avatars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one they first in.
Did you watch the whole episode?
No, I'm just referring to that because this is the second part.
Okay.
Focus up.
Okay.
Focus up,
focus
Reyes.
Well, yeah, Vargirl is pretty cool. I mean, you need. I want more bad guys that stick around. You know.
Well, yeah, with that whole thing, okay, we stole those powers. I thought we stole all those powers so that we could give them to
Blaze
Evox. When Evox finally, gets a body. And then here comes Vargoyle, and I was like, he's just a filler bad guy until Evox escapes, which is probably going to happen at the end of the season. And then we'll have to worry about him for all of season 2.
But they straight up, I don't know, they straight up infiltrated the base. They could have done so much, but they just took transporters.
They could have done a whole lot.
They could have
the whole
fucked shit
thing
up.
about when people started to remember or figure out exactly what was going on, we only did one Rangers thing, right? One of the Rangers had the whole flash and figured out that they it wasn't real or whatever.
It was
Roxy.
no, Devin.
No, Devin.
We saw his
Devin.
whole-
Well, cause What's Silver Ranger's name? The robot.
Steel.
The robot.
Still, he didn't lose his
Steel,
memory.
Yeah, still didn't. Everybody else did. And then the whole thing with the mini.
Ins.
The what?
Mini ins.
Minions.
Yo, look at finishing my sentence.
Minions.
That guy. Aha. No, but
The mini.
when they gave the mini.
You started a mini what?
exposition, The mini bit of exposition where they gave him the dog or the plant at first. So see if he can do that, and then after that, give him the dog.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, it's cute, but I could have done without
It's
it.
better than, sorry to like some of our friends that are on the show, it's better than Ninja Steel. The stories are better than Ninja Steel.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
plot, but that A plot versus the B plot.
Let me ask you a question though.
juxtaposition.
Do you? I don't know how you guys are with Power Rangers, but we did go. I mean, doing the course of this show, we started with Ninja. I'm sorry, Dino Charge, all the way to where we are now.
Yeah.
Is that when you started Dino Charge?
Dino Charge, season 1, actually. Yeah. Do you think between that era of Dino Charge to now that watching Power Rangers live is made you disinterested or more interested? Josh, can you close the doors, please?
Watching it now.
Yeah, like
with everything
out of
happening now?
out of the course of the shows that we've watched, because that's Dino Charge, that's Ninja Steel, and that's this. Has it made you kind of like? Does it feel like work when we have to open up an episode and watch it?
Kinda. It depends. It feels like work. Like, I'm gonna be totally honest.
No, you're gonna be totally
Yeah,
honest.
I'm gonna be totally
Okay,
honest.
I thought you would lie all this
Henshin
time.
Hangout felt a lot like work. Like,
Well, especially for the last season of Henshin Hangout.
yeah,
it
Henshin
really
Hangout
was
felt
work.
like work.
It was a bad show.
Okay, let me ask you a different question then, because that's a great answer. But let me ask you a different question. Are you more excited when you know you have to watch this season or what you're doing in retro? Because those are two different
Well, you
shows.
guys are. Did you guys finish up Turbo?
Almost. We're 4
Yeah.
episodes left.
Turbo is so hard to
But
get through.
but sometimes knowing
worst
that
thing.
though, sometimes knowing what to expect with that, it can make it more fun.
It does actually.
Really?
And that's the thing.
I think.
I do enjoy watching Turbo more because it's like, all right, here we go. We already said we're after dark here, so time to shit on this show. Like that's exactly what I feel.
By the way, I know a
can't
lot
wait
of you
for
guys
that
were
to
very concerned if this was a big question we got a lot last week. By the way, if you want to ask us questions, there's 2 ways to do it. You can type it in, or there are actually 3 ways to do it. Type it in the chat, and we'll try to get to it. The first thing which we hope you guys can do is, and we recommend, is that go check out our Patreon, which is Cosmic Protectors. If you just check it out and maybe support it and let us know you supported it, we'll answer any question you want. Second is buy the super chats. That is also a thing we have here.
I'm not sure. Isn't there also an AMA tomorrow for the?
It's an
Patreon?
AMA for
There is
Patreon.
an AMA.
Yeah.
AMA.
It's gonna be fun. Oh, I should have brought that, but we'll debut that tomorrow.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's the ways you can hit us up. Also, we have a TeePublic store. It's TeePublic that hashtag at that hash or TeePublic.com/that hashtag. So you can get Daniel's Battlestar Galactica shirt. You get any of our Power
Wait,
Rangers
do they
shirts.
have
there.
car?
this myself.
Do they have car decals? I'd buy them.
They do have car decals.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I designed this myself, guys. Just wanted to
So go check that out. Also, yeah, the AMA tomorrow. I'm gonna host it kinda, but Daniel and Elle are on it, and Shay.
Yeah.
Are you doing it with this, or are you doing it with Instagram or something?
No, we're doing it with Facebook. I mean, it's for everybody. It's for everybody that's a patron subscriber.
Cool.
It's for all you guys.
Cool. Yeah, Turbo is tough.
Turbo's pulling teeth, but we know
Turbo
how
is
shitty
tough.
it is, so it's okay. This show I actually like, so it doesn't feel like work. Ninja Steel felt like the equivalent of Turbo. I know people on it, and they understand. It's the writing, it can't be the acting, in my opinion. That's how I feel about it. And yeah, it was tough last season. But
We got a big
this
super
one-
chat there. Jezza, read us, jerk us off. Go ahead.
like,
Sure.
I know he said fat. I just took it off. Exactly.
Just read it.
Artie Emini says this season is one of the better in recent years. It's more entertaining than others. The storylines do feel I can't read. So I do feel more well written.
What was the
Also,
blood thing?
the cast is pretty solid, excluding Ravi. He needs work.
We all say it. We all say it.
I feel bad. Like, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, he's really bad. But
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
eventually he's gonna
Do
be.
you? I hope he's on
I
this show,
know.
and I hope that it's the week that I'm not
I'm
here.
just blaming the writing. I'm just blaming the writing.
I want someone to call him out, like on the. Hey, Jensen, tell him how you feel about his acting.
Henshin
No.
Hangout
They
is
said that he's a very
no.
fun guy, and I bet
Henshin Hangout is not canceled. Everything here at Hashtag Show is getting restructured. Figuring it all out right now. Literally, like earlier today, I was sitting down, figuring out what we want to give to you guys because I noticed that a lot of you guys have also noticed that we have less shows now, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna bring back people that you guys are familiar with, bring back new shows, bring back new concepts. We just hope you guys are along for the ride. But another thing I want to say is that if you love Power Rangers, I would suggest you subscribe to the Illuminati YouTube channel. That is out right now. That is live. But also, this channel is great too, and we're gonna have some great stuff coming up in the future for this channel. Right. All right. So yeah, Jezra wants to know. Jezra wants to know who you guys like, who you want us to bring back. Let us know.
Back to Ravi.
Yes.
A perfect example of this is Troy from Super Megaforce.
Oh, you know what? We have a great story with him and Cosmic Protectors.
Troy?
You didn't even listen to what I said. You said,
I heard you.
All right. Cool.
You have a great story. But are you going to tell them? No, you got to tell the Patreons.
Patrons, right?
Patrons.
The patrons, right?
Yeah. We got another super chat. I'll get back to the Ravi thing.
Okay.
Craig Anderson says, question for you guys. I want to rewrite a few Power Ranger seasons that are considered unlikable as comic books. Any advice?
I don't have advice for that. What I would say is this, is that like what we're doing Cosmic Protectors with some seasons that are unlikable, I feel like we are...
retconning it. We're retconning it.
We're not retconning it. We are going to continue with the seasons they had, but we're going to expand on it to make it likable.
Yeah.
Especially what we do with Megaforce and Super Megaforce. I think that we have something really special there. Go ahead. We have another one.
The blur says, I hope you guys do something for CW Crisis.
Well, Tatiana's here. Tatiana,
are we going to do something for Crisis?
You want to come in? You want to come in the...
What are we gonna do? You gotta plan something. What are we gonna do for Crisis? We
don't even know. You gotta go back to live.
We gotta make it fun.
Okay. We should do a debate on.
We should have a party and all come.
Well, why'd you ask her? Hey, why'd you ask her?
I'm feeding off her energy.
Oh God!
Here we go. I'm feeding off your energy right now.
I'm just kidding. I don't care that you're a man. No, but yes.
Neither does
anyone
else.
Oh. All right. Well, we could throw a party, like you were saying, and we could do a debate on like who had like the best death. You know,
who's the best Superman?
Right.
All right. Let's do a prediction right now. One prediction right now.
Okay.
Give the one thing that you think definitely is going to happen in this crisis.
Smallville Clark Kent scene is going to be 2 minutes.
Okay.
2 minutes. That's long.
Fair. That's
fair. Well, maybe quicker. I feel like it's quick.
Go.
I think Smallville Superman is going to die on
okay.
Smallville Superman's going to die.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction. Go ahead.
That is bold. Okay, I think that Oliver is going to be reunited with Felicity in the Paradise Dimension.
Is that where she is?
Superman ending from Crisis.
Wait, is that where she?
Yeah, but nice.
Is that where she is? I haven't been watching that show.
I think she's going to be taken there.
Yeah.
I think that Ray Palmer will die in the Crisis.
Yes.
100%.
Like,
I agree.
Why? Because he left already though.
No, he hasn't left yet.
He hasn't left
because Legends hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
But
I
guess who's coming to Crisis?
Who?
Ryan Choi. So
yeah, exactly. I think Ray Palmer's dead in the Crisis.
Oh man.
And it's going to leave it open-ended for his Kingdom Come Superman to return.
Yeah.
If they were to continue with it. There's a lot of stuff. I bet you Kevin Conroy's scene's going to be super quick.
yeah.
It's going to be a
most
blink.
of those big names are literally going to be blinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kevin Conroy, I think he may enjoy it and be like, yeah, let me eat some.
No, I don't think it's going to be his choice.
Right, I think it's them. Because remember, Michael Rosenbaum was like, y'all called me up out of nowhere.
Well, we also
like,
the news just broke too that Alan Richardson, he also was invited back but couldn't do it because of scheduling conflict.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's invited back to be Aquaman from Smallville.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah, there's a story there.
He's actually, you have to admit, he's actually like a better actor than he was back then.
Now
I
he
love
is.
all these like young actors that are like growing in.
Hey, Jezza, you have a great story about Alan when he left his phone in our room.
Oh yeah.
What?
He left his phone in the room.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great story,
But-
man.
A cool story, bro.
Well, he was too chicken to ask Minka Kelly for a picture. But anyway.
Actually, I wanted a picture of the whole cast because it was the very first year. They haven't even shown it yet. That would have been a cool picture.
That reminds me of when I
would've
asked Diane Guerrero for a picture, and it was like the highlight
You
of
took
my
it.
life, and then it just disappeared. No one has it. I've
You
never
took it.
seen this photo.
Jezza, you took the picture?
I did not take
You
it.
did take it. Yeah, you did.
Wow.
You don't remember
Y'all
this?
just stood there and pretended to snap a picture.
Yeah, I was not there. It was not me.
Was it
so-
my phone? I
It
don't
was.
remember.
Wow.
You took it and then you sent it to me.
I did?
Yeah.
So you have
Wait,
it.
so you have it
So
then?
you have it.
You took it and sent it
No,
to me.
I didn't. I don't have it.
But you took it and
I
sent it to
remember
me.
we tried
He
to.
still has never passed
We
it
tried
on.
to fix. We tried to remedy this right after Comic-Con.
Yes.
I don't have it
disappeared.
unless I don't know who
but
she is.
She sent it to Joe. Joe, where is it?
No, he sent me my picture
Oh.
With who?
with the same person. Because I asked first, and then Tatiana asked. With the
So
girl
it was
from
just-
with the girl from
I don't know what.
what's
With
she-
Jane, Crazy Jane.
yeah, Outsiders.
Super chat.
Super
Chat.
chat. Oh, Crazy Jane?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe
I
you
don't
didn't know
See?
who it was. You have the
See?
photo. You didn't even know who it was.
You gotta check your phone, man.
See,
Oh God.
we need SNN back, please.
Well,
Yes.
Superhero
well.
Well, wait. Before you say anything,
Uh-oh.
if we're gonna bring back SNN, it's gonna be different because it wasn't working the way it was.
Yeah, it's
Your
what.
face wasn't working.
Well, he's not wrong. It's gonna be completely different.
like
And
when we were talking about before, like stuff being homework or
Yeah,
having to feel like
yeah.
homework. I think for a lot of the cast, it felt like homework.
Well, I think the way that SNN comes back is way different, and it's more of a game that you guys are interacting with.
Yeah, I like that.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Something.
I think
yes.
because I think that the times when we did like little debates or whatever are the most fun. You know. So.
It's fun when there's actually two polarizing sides,
Right.
though. If
Right.
not, if it's like
I
just
think
straight
this.
up.
I agree.
So you're
Why
saying
do you
it's
Save it for
just
CW. This is Power Rangers Live.
What?
All right, thank you for stopping by.
Bye.
We'll see you in a little bit.
She's like,
What did you say about CW?
Anyway, there's a comment. There's a comment that's like, save this for CW Live. This is Power Rangers Live.
Hey, this is also that hashtag show.
Anyway, we got another comment
From
Power Rangers has been so stale. We talking about wrestling, crisis, boxing, and street level.
Because I mean,
thing.
like, this is the thing with Power Ranger groups, like that I'm part of them on Facebook, and it's a blessing in a disguise. Because then you just see like all these people talk your ear off about things that have been going on for 26 years or so. It's like, really, why are we still talking about? Is there like?
Well, no, you know the thing that probably annoys me the most, and the reason why I'm less engaged with Power Rangers is because we broke all this news, and everyone thinks it's new now. Like, I think that really annoys me the most because it's like the shit that we were talking about months ago is now the hot thing in Power Rangers. Guess what, guys? It's kind of boring when you already fucking knew the news.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why I feel that like now it's like, okay, hey, great. We know, oh shit, there's going to be a reunion with all this. Yeah. Guess what? We already reported that. Not trying to sound arrogant, but the fact is this. It like when we try to inform you guys the best we can, and when certain people don't want to listen, it gets very annoying. And when it gets very annoying, we tune out. Well, why do we tune out? Because we already know the fucking news.
It's like when people weren't believing the Dr. K thing returning. We had 4 different guests from the show. What was all of their favorite season? RPM. Why? I wonder why. Why?
Well, and they all even came on the show and said that they made them watch that season. Are you not connecting the dots?
No, clearly they're not.
It's like when we had Brennan on, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, you guys are
You
annoying.
guys are bullying him.
Yeah, it's not true. It's not true. Oh, it's not true? Fast forward.
Toku, what up, kid? I love Toku. He was at my place last weekend.
Toku's a kid.
Here's the thing, and I know that you guys haven't had a rant in a long time, and we apologize for that because now we're back here and we're gonna do our thing and we're gonna tell it like it is. And I think that the main thing that this show needs is a shot in the arm. Not necessarily the show, but the brand. I think the one thing that lacks, honestly, maybe not you guys in this chat, and maybe some of you guys in this chat.
Who knows?
A lot of people here in this chat are so controlled and want things done a very specific way. And the funny thing is, a lot of those same people ask us to deliver news. Yeah. But then when we deliver news, like, oh, well, why didn't you wait and let the brand do it? Do you guys want news, or do you want to be brainwashed into letting them do whatever they want and tell you whatever they think you want to hear? You let us know. Because if you want less Power Ranger news, we can do that and we can just talk about this. But I think it's kind of...
But it gets to a point where you just keep repeating the same thing over and over.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's where it's like it just comes to where it's too repetitious.
I think a lot of people want to watch the show like, oh, I want to hear them talk about Power Rangers. But how much more can you talk about like something that's not producing a lot of things?
New things.
We're only getting 2 outlets for Power Rangers: the comic book and the show.
Which comic book?
Yeah.
But yeah, once
but
a
nothing
month,
else. And then
twice
how
a
many
month.
times can you talk about it? And they're like, oh, you're not talking about Power Rangers. You're not talking about Power Rangers. Oh, we're subscribed to your channel, but you have other stuff here. We only want to hear about Power Rangers. It's like it's like you're like milking the cow, and the cow is like shriveled up and dying already.
It's dust.
And it's like
It's
there's
just dust.
nothing. It's like you have to feed the cow some grass for it to make.
I mean,
sense.
I always think about it too. That it's interesting to me because there's a lot of Power Ranger channels that you guys get information from. There's Bruno and Mia. There's who? Ranger Liz.
Yeah.
There's Ranger Command Power Hour.
Awesome
There's Chris
Ranger.
Katata.
There's a bunch.
There's the Geeks of East LA. There's a bunch of things that fulfill your Power Ranger need. But in terms of simply Power Rangers news and Power Rangers stories and Power Rangers exclusive, but Power Rangers like reviews and even Power Ranger interviews. Especially Power Ranger interviews. I really don't think anybody does it better than us.
No.
And to the point where there's other outlets now that are doing the same thing that we were doing. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to hate on those guys. I think they're doing a great job.
Looks a lot like our interview.
But I also do think we set the tone for that, and I'm not. You know what? I am trying to toot our own horn. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not being modest anymore. I'm not being modest anymore because here's the thing. At last Morphicon, I feel like it's interesting. One thing that we maybe have. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough right in front of your face, but
Fuck,
you deserve to be sick.
an asshole.
Deserve to be
Patient
sick.
zero over here.
Read that in a second. Give me my moment. But
Go for it.
Reclaim my
the
time.
one thing that I want to say is that the deeper that you get popular in this community, the more backstabbing it becomes. And I think that
We've
there's
experienced it.
Yep.
not only have we experienced it, but a lot of you guys on Twitter and on Instagram and whatever social media it is, you guys always question, why is Jezzer the way he is? Why is he so mean? Why is he this? He's not actually. He's one of the nicest dudes in the world when you actually meet him.
We had two people that
But,
said it in the chat.
but honestly, the reason why he is defensive like he is because so many things happen and so many people react in a certain way, and he has to jump to defend himself. When he's jumping to defend himself on providing a service to you guys out there, maybe not in the chat, but again, I'm just using you guys as a general statement. But when he's trying to provide a service to you guys and trying to give you the best product forward, and he gets shitted on time after time again, how can you not expect him to be the way he is? Then you got Daniel. I mean, he is the nicest guy in the world, not just to your face, but even on the show.
Yeah, of the three of us, Daniel's the
The
nicest.
thing is, though, and him and I have conversed about this, as Jezzer has, is that there's a lot he's not able to say because he doesn't want to offend anybody. And that's the truth. I think that, like, so much is pent up between the three of us. Look, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's not a secret. I come here once every 2 months. My passion for Power Rangers has dwindled, but now it's starting to come back, mainly because of Cosmic Protectors, but also because I believe in what we want to do. But the thing is this, at this point now, the three of us, we can give a fuck about the haters now. Because we're going to do our own thing, and if they don't like it, tough shit. Because here's the thing. We threw Angel Grove Prom, which was a success. If you guys weren't there, we you can see all about it on social media. But even the people that were there that tried to hate on it and thought it was a bad idea from the beginning, what did you do at Morphicon?
Yeah, let's hear what you did.
Oh, nothing?
Nothing.
Cool. Let's just go with nothing then. Anyway, read that super chat.
Super chat from Artie Emini. He says, you guys are doing it all right. The issue is that the Power Rangers isn't adjusting for all the audience, only targeting the younger audience. We want Greg Berlanti version, yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm down with that.
I'd be in.
Well, did you guys last week talk about...
Look at Jezzer getting all this support. This is the most support this dude has gotten all year for Power Rangers. Jesus.
Have you guys talked about the merger with Netflix and
Nickelodeon. We talked about it last
Yeah.
We touched on it last week.
I think it's like coming full circle as far as like we're going to get more content that way.
I don't think we will for Power Rangers.
Not for
Because
Power Rangers?
remember, Nickelodeon doesn't even promote Power Rangers truly. Like, hey, new episode, and this is what's going to happen. It's just, hey, generic, new episode. Who knows what's going to happen? You're like, well, I do, and so do you, but you don't tell me.
That is true.
That's the thing. They don't do that.
Well, I also want to
Talk about
quick
that.
plug a lot of the people that we work with because I think that, and I appreciate your guys' support for Power Rangers very specifically, but we have a lot of other things that happen on this channel, and I really want to see, I really hope you guys can support them. Like Migdalia's on here, Tony's on here, Tatiana's on here, L's on here, and I really recommend you support Quest for Player 2 because that's the only, besides Retro Ranger Wrap-Up, currently it's the only show that's concurrently going right now. But I think that there's a lot of people here, Shay, Justin, Johnny, I think those are the people you should be supporting on their social media, on the shows that they do, because I promise you one thing. You might not be into the things they talk about initially. Josh, too. You might not be in those things they talk about initially, but I promise you, you will get into them because you will see their passion with the things that they talk about. I will promise you that. Sure. I'm not a Star Trek guy. I am not a Star Trek guy.
Josh, are we going to see that Galaxy Quest documentary?
Yes, documentary.
Oh, yeah.
But with that being... But with that being said, I'm not a Star Trek guy, but that being said, I've gotten into Star Trek because I see Josh's passion for Star Trek. I will tell you right now that you want to follow each one of these shows when we put them out. And I know that...
And follow these people in general, because some
absolutely.
of them have
like
some,
the Geekend update, the Migdalia's new thing with Tony. Right. They're doing something called the Geekend update. You know what? It's different. Go check it out. Go support them. Go show love to the people. Johnny has his own comic book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go show love to the people. You have your own vlog channel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Go show love.
Podcast.
No, actually, and
Podcast if you're a King of the Hill fan.
Johnny, his comic is like really good.
Oh yeah, well, dude, there's a.
No, I haven't even. I kind of want to do. What is it? What's the brown hand?
Brown.
Yeah, I want to do.
I will tell you right now, please go and support them. Honestly, the truth is this, is that we're doing our best we can with Hashtag Show, especially right now. But the truth is this, there's a lot of things that have happened here that they don't feel appreciated, and I don't blame them. So go and support them and show them your appreciation. I'll give you guys a great example. Something that happened on Sunday on the Illuminati Twitch channel. They did a Rick and Morty thing where they watched Rick and Morty, but they also did it. I'm not gonna. Hey, we're not for kids. They did it high. It was Elle and Josh.
But they were reviewing.
They reviewed the product and Rick and Morty. Honestly, I wouldn't use that for Hashtag Show because it detracts advertisers. I'm pulling the curtain back completely right here. But Hashtag Show was also on with the wrestling show. You guys supported the show you wanted to see, and more live viewers came in for that Rick and Morty Twitch stream than they had for the wrestling show. Kudos to all of you guys that support the stuff that we do individually. Yeah. We appreciate that.
If anything, it's a benefit to you guys because not only do you get one mainstream show, you don't get one timeline. You all get all these other things.
Everything.
You get everything.
So
it's
everyone has other outlets.
Yeah.
So
This is called the Range Wrap-Up, and we are going to talk about Power Rangers. And listen, right now we're just given time to do what we want to do. Yeah. With that being said, though, like you guys want this black tea show. Literally, Daniel and I figured out how we're doing this show.
Black tea? You guys gonna have tea?
Well, we're gonna talk about
tea.
Yeah.
Spilling the
So we are gonna do that here at Hashtag Show. We have a format. Daniel and I sat down yesterday and come up with a bunch of formats for a lot of things. We want to do what you guys want to see, and when you guys want to see it, when you want Hench and Hangout. Right now, we're hearing a lot of you guys say you want Hench and Hangout. We're gonna bring it back. But we're gonna bring it back in small doses here on the Range Wrap-Up.
We're gonna need your support because
That's right.
It's hard to do a show or multiple shows when no one shows up.
Yeah.
It's harder to do that because it's maybe we're not doing it right, or
yeah,
maybe
we don't know because if we don't actually see the people watching and we don't hear you guys saying anything like in the comments, good show or even bad show or whatever, we don't know.
Yep.
And yes, and that absolutely directly affects the people that are on those shows, and honestly, we're gonna do our best to change that now because I want to hear what you guys want to see. We want to know what you guys want to see because we want to know who you guys like, who you guys don't like, the shows that you like, the type of content you like. We want to do a show for you guys. Listen, as much shit as you give Jezzer, and you guys give him a lot of shit, whether it be on social media or whatever, as much as he gets. This dude is trying to come up with new content for you guys to make it entertaining. We would have no toy reviews that we are currently doing on the show if it weren't for Jezzer. We wouldn't be doing any of that stuff. So, look, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but I will say this, is that sometimes we just want to feel appreciated. I'm not trying hey, we feel underappreciated. No. Maybe from our own company we do, but even sometimes when you guys give him shit like that, it's yo, he's doing what he can for the fandom, and you guys, that's what it comes down to. There's a lot,
especially when we have the guests on the show, it takes a lot to get everybody on the show.
Yeah, you guys have no idea.
Lot.
This guy literally climbs the mountains to make sure that we get guests for this show.
Just so, and that they feel appreciated. One of the biggest things that I've seen in the past few times we've had guests, which it pisses me off, is when one instance is when we had Ryan Parrott on. Mm-hmm. And it's people in the chat are I like Ryan Parrott sucks. I like.
Yeah,
you don't say that in the chat.
I can't.
The thing is, They're looking at the chat.
They are.
They are looking at the chat. The Blur hit us with a super chat. It's a little dog. Oh, thank you. But they're looking at the chat, and then you won't notice it, but you'll see that they read it.
If you guys actually watch,
that is so fucking rude. That is the rudest shit in the world. Because Ryan Parrott is amazing. He's such a great guy.
And yeah, for all of you guys that are supporting Cosmic Protectors, he's been a big advocate for it. Like, that's one thing I will say is that, and the things that he wants to do with Power Rangers and storytelling is the same things we want to do with Power Rangers with what we're doing. It's we are trying to change the game for you guys, and I feel like, listen, some of you, and I hate saying you guys because some of you guys aren't like this, but hey, deep down, some of you that are watching are like this. Yeah. But what I do want to say is that so many people are so ingrained, Mighty Morphin, Mighty Morphin, Mighty Morphin, and it's just like, gosh. Open your horizons and understand there's better storytelling out there. If you actually watch Mighty Morphin now and say, this is a great show, you're fucking kidding yourself. Yeah. And if that's your standard bearer for what a good show can be, then I feel sorry for you. Because then I feel like there's more complex storytelling that you should be watching, like an SPD, like, honestly, like Dino Thunder. I think that RPM, there's some great space, Lost Galaxy, there's great seasons out there that I feel like need to get exploited. But also, for all of you guys to be fed this bullshit of that certain seasons are good, and you know that they're fucking not, but you think they are.
Oh, I can't stand those.
Which ones are you talking about?
Well, I mean, look, I know universally Time Force is looked at as this great season. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think at best he's right. It's okay.
It's
but
decent.
I think that I think it's decent. I don't think it's anywhere near. Honestly, I think maybe it's because you guys have been fed bullshit so long that you think that when you get a bad season, like a Samurai, you don't have much. Overdrive.
I think Overdrive's the easiest.
You don't have a lot to compare it to. But I think that when you do get good seasons, you know they're good. Beast Morphers is a good season, and I credit that cast. I credit the writing. I credit everybody that's on it.
I ask both of you guys right now, Megaforce, good or bad, and why?
It had potential.
It had a potential, but I think it's a bad season.
The writing was just bad.
Yeah, the writing was just bad. I agree with
the
that.
The actors are really great.
Even with that whole the largest battle, or whatever.
I'll tell you right now, the one thing that I'm going to redeem, and this is a promise, is that in Cosmic Protectors, I promise you, we redeem Megaforce. We have a solid plan for it, and that was my first thing. Is like, and I'll be honest with you. Oh, maybe I should. I don't care. Yeah. One of the first teams that you kind of get in Cosmic Protectors that we want to make cool. It's a big team up. Is the Alien Rangers. Mainly because we want to take some of these seasons that you didn't look at as being like great seasons and expand on them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly, and to answer that super chat from way ahead of time about the comic and what could I do, et cetera, take a moment and actually read Ryan Parrott's work. Because he's going back and touching on stuff that we've already experienced in the show. And he's expanding. He's giving you more exposition. He's actually fleshing out the story more than what we actually saw in the show to make it good no matter what. Yeah. So that's what I would really suggest, doing that and kind of seeing the areas where there's areas for opportunity. Oh, this happened, but why? And if it happened here before, what happened when this happened here before? How did Rita know how to just do this? Or how did so-and-so know how to do this? There has to be more to it. Go into that. That's what I would suggest.
You follow the comics still?
Huh?
Are you following the comics still?
The last one I read was...
You're still on Necessary Evil, though.
Yeah, I'm still on Necessary Evil. Yeah, yeah, it's good. I like it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
The Omegas just met the... oh, man.
Yeah. I need to catch up.
Oh my God!
I need to catch up, but it's good when I have to catch up because sometimes reading these comics weekly, it's so quick, so it's good to do it like in stints, you know.
Oh man,
I'm with you on that.
The comic is on point right now.
But yeah, just like just for future reference, whenever we have guests on, be respectful. Like I know it's a chat room or whatever, and it's free game, but be respectful. Be human beings.
If I'm being completely honest with you, another thing that bothers me is that. It's so interesting because so many people at these Ranger conventions will come up to us and act like they're our best friend. But the fact is, they're talking shit behind our back. Not only do I know it, I hear it on their own stuff. Yeah. And it bothers me because it's like, you know what?
Yeah, like
hey,
Realm, fuck you, Realm.
We are doing our own thing, and not only that, people can say what they want about our Power Ranger content, about our interviews, but I'll tell you one thing, and honestly, try to prove me wrong. One thing is this: we started here doing Power Ranger interviews. Right now, I just got back from Cabo interviewing The Rock. You name me another Power Ranger interviewer that's doing anything like that. Just one.
Oh, okay. Nope.
All right, cool. So that must mean that our. But here's the thing. I know Tatiana give us a look, but here the reason why I say it.
I thought I was like, oh.
The reason why I say it is
She's like,
because
"Go tea."
the reason why I say it is because there's so many haters in this community out there that feel entitled to a lot of things. The thing is, we worked for it, and as many people want to hate on that, that's fine. But we worked for it, and the truth is, when we want to do certain things in Power Rangers, there's a roadblock sometimes, and that roadblock comes in many forms. And there's so many
Power Ranger groups.
There's so many things that we want to do for you guys. Right. Like there was an Angel Grove prom that we did for you guys, but there's so many other things that we want to do for you guys that there are roadblocks to get by.
Yeah.
And sometimes when those roadblocks happen, it gets very, very difficult. I will say this: Power Rangers, Power Morphicon 2020. We are going to do our damn best to do a great show for you guys. But here's the thing: are we going to be allowed to do it? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
To be continued. All right, that's our show, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I think for me, I just want you guys to give the utmost respect to people that take the time out of their day to hang out with us.
Yeah, I mean, really, these people are doing things that are shifting the culture when it comes to the Power Rangers itself, and these are people making the content and doing the content that you love, that you're a fan of. So give them the respect. Yeah. You know,
I think,
in their hands.
But also, let's be honest. In terms of Power Ranger media, in terms of power, maybe what do they call them? There's a name for
there's
this.
There's a group, the Power.
Whatever it's called, whatever the Power Ranger.
There's a group that Power Rangers.
Sure, whatever that group is called. I think that the one thing is that everybody wanted to label us as the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, okay. Now you got the bad guys, and now you don't like what we do, and guess what? We don't care, because at this point now we're just gonna do it better than you.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the one thing is like they created their own monster, and the monster you're looking at the 3-headed monster right here. All right, so let's talk about this episode. You guys generally liked it.
Well, he liked it more than I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a great episode, but it's a setup episode for the finale. It's the finale, right?
Once again, I feel this episode, I'm going to call this episode Mega Force because there's nothing but potential, but they didn't actually use it. Yeah. That's what I feel about this episode. That whole thing about, hey, what if? It's a great what if. They were actually Rangers and all that.
Time out.
They should have expanded.
I want to address a comment.
I know what you're looking at.
Blackwing, just read the comment. And don't say anything, just read the comment.
This top one right here?
No, the one below it.
If I can make a suggestion, I came up with this idea last week. What if you guys hosted something like a PMC Got Talent, a talent show for Power Morphicon?
All right, let me just answer this real quick. You got Randy Jackson, Paula Abdul, and Simon Cowell. And when I mean Simon Cowell, way worse.
No, Simon Cowell when the show.
Yeah, she's nice to everyone.
Yeah, that's probably you. That's probably true.
No, I'm OG Simon Cowell, not the PC one. Hey, you can't say all that stuff. Yeah, they're hurting their feelings.
No,
you're
OG.
I dig the premise of the idea. I think we got to flesh that out more. But I will promise you this: some of the panels that I want to do are stuff that is things that you have not seen yet. And you know what? Sometimes I think I don't even need Morphicon to do this. Maybe we just want to do it on our own.
That is tough.
I will say this. We on Power Rangers Retro Ranger Wrap-Up, we are about to get to Power Rangers in Space. And guess what? What if we try to reunite the Space Cast and did an episode for that? Nobody else is doing it. Why not?
You know what you should do? You should have the Operation Overdrive cast watch that show with you guys.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it would be a weird idea.
Here's an idea.
But so Jezzer, where are you right now in Power Rangers Beast Morphers? Do you think in terms of like the storytelling and the character development, is this a show where you love watching it? Can't wait till another episode? Because the last time I had that experience in Power Rangers, even Tokusatsu, was Q Ranger.
Ranger.
So do you have that experience with this so far?
I think I don't think it's the show in general. I think just the way that it's formatted, because it's a kids show. Like I was just talking to Daniel about this morning. Kid shows are way different than they were back then. Yes. Like I didn't watch Gargoyles when I was a kid. I started watching on Disney Plus. that is a sick ass fucking
Yes,
show.
it is.
Yeah.
And
It
it's
is.
like you know what it is? It's not pandering to kids, or it's like
At all.
you don't have to reset every single episode.
Nope.
You know what? When I say reset, like whenever you're doing a show, you have to reset and kind of like edge them back into the show. Another one I've been watching that I used to watch as a kid is Boy Meets World, and it's like they started off as kids shows, but they grew with the kids. Like,
Exactly.
and I feel like if Power Rangers was like that, where you don't have to keep resetting back, and then the kids have to test the waters again before they can jump right in. You utilize more of that 22 minutes than any other show before. Like shows now, they don't use the 22 minutes to its potential.
Not at all.
So, Jezzer, read this one comment right here. I want you to read that one by WWE Master.
WWE Master, screw the hate. I'm glad that Jezzer's honest and himself in general. Well,
There
thank
you
you.
go. Daniel, question for you about Beast Morphers. Character development and story. Are you happy with the direction it's going?
Yes. There were moments where at first I was kind of concerned, like, okay, they're not really going to expand on characters the way they should. They've actually gone above and beyond. Everyone has had at least a 2-episode arc where it's like, okay, it happens in one episode, then we have, a beat, we're talking about something else, and then boom, here goes another addressing them as far as either their connection, and it did, for every one of them, the answer of what's going on with their family. Like, it's, okay, well, here's what's going on with their family.
It's all
Like,
good.
I love that. So it's like, it's expanding the world and fleshing out the characters to make them better than just one-note characters, which is what we're used to.
I think they
Power
need
Rangers.
more Benny and Betty.
I agree.
Oh, of course.
I agree. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about the comedy element of this show, because going back from Megaforce, you had Spike. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Samurai, you had Spike. Megaforce didn't really have one, actually.
They had their comedy person was the
little robot?
the shake guy.
Oh, Ernie.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But yeah, not a ton of Megaforce. Then you go to Dino Charge. Not a ton there either, actually.
Comedy was
I mean, the comedy was in the show, but not necessarily.
Dino Charge is probably not Snide, Heckle. Maybe?
Yeah, but even so, there wasn't like a
No.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't the Bulk
with,
Skull.
but
It
with
had
with
flash.
Ninja Steel, you definitely had it, which is crazy because Caleb's amazing. Is a
He's
real,
like Caleb is actually like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
And he loves comedy, too, so that's
Yeah.
the thing. So
and then
it
you
was
got
like-
Beast Morphers with Benny and Betty. I actually think those characters are great. I
See,
think
the thing is-
they're doing them right.
And the reason is, the way I say that they are doing them right is that they're choosing to go the minimalistic route instead of just hitting us with it all the time. It's
well, this
like,
one was pretty
oh,
big
they're gonna
though.
have their-
They're
well,
like they're in space.
No,
and
but
stuff.
yeah, no, but that's one. But there are episodes sometimes where they're in it and they don't do too much.
Yeah.
It's very subtle, and it's like, all right, just one.
Make
minute
that
show.
common acting.
did
Don't
they-
hide
yeah,
it.
why
Just
did
show
they-
it. I don't know.
So that's the whole thing where it's like, okay, either they're gonna choose to be heavy-handed and use too much of them, or they're gonna do a thing where it's like, you know what, we're gonna do just the right amount. I think that's what they're doing here on the show. Now the thing is, they're doing it just right enough because they're leaving everyone wanting more. Because there was a time when we were afraid that we heard that they were doing casting. Oh, we're gonna bring it back to its old roots and blah blah. So we're looking for funny people.
Yeah.
We're looking. Remember when we heard that, we were like, it's gonna be the worst show ever. The kids are gonna be all.
But it's not-
gonna be
it's
all,
not overbearing.
No, that's the thing. We heard that, we all freaked out, and they pretty much showed us, yeah, you had no reason to freak out.
Yeah.
You were wrong for freaking out. We know what we're doing now. We finally got a handle.
You know what else I like in
And
Beast
they're leaving us
Morphers
wanting more.
is that there's not a huge emphasis on the Zords.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
I
God,
love it.
Yes.
It's especially when the monsters that the Zords fight are very generic.
Yeah,
things. Like
exactly.
you don't.
So
They
it's
do it
like,
every once in a while. Like, oh yeah, we have a Zord. Maybe buy it at the store. That's it.
But it feels like a great Power Ranger legacy season. I think this is one of the seasons where Power Rangers can be like, oh, Beast Morphers, yeah, it was great.
Well, you want to hear one of my favorite things about the show?
Yeah.
Is Nate's character.
I agree.
Nate's
I will
character-
agree. Nate is probably the best character on the show.
Like, did you in this episode when when Steel was on the table, he was legit like he had tears in his
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
It's like, dude, you can't
Well,
fake
and
that shit.
that whole thing, how they do the whole brother, like, he really, he sells it.
Like, Abraham
He
is great.
sells it,
Like,
yeah.
he is good.
He's
Like,
like, this is my brother. Like, it's like, yo, get this right. I love that about
yeah,
him.
that's the thing. I really enjoyed this cast too. Kind of like how I enjoyed Megaforce's cast. They're just really like fun, down to earth people, and they're very like passionate about about being on the show.
Doesn't it make you feel like you feel bad for that cast, Megaforce? I mean,
well, yeah,
because they're so talented in real life.
Very talented.
That it's kind of like, how did you waste all this talent?
Very talented. I know
every single one of them.
Yeah, I know 4 out of the 6 of them. I've never really met Pink or Blue.
She's super cool. Christina's great.
Right,
and Noah's or John's great too. You weren't really with us, but Azim has been with us
Azim is
a long
hilarious.
time.
I saw Azim at like this retro arcade place. I was like, hey, what's
yeah.
up, Azim? He's like, yo, bro. I don't even know if he knew who I was.
But he's like,
Yeah, he was fucking
Fun fact here. Azim's girlfriend, I used to work with her at G4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one, Josh. That's another one. I'm gonna be. I can announce this.
Yeah, I know what
I'm gonna be a part of this G4 documentary with Chris Gore, and we've been acquiring old G4
nice,
people.
nice,
But Azim's girlfriend is great. I love her.
Ciara is hilarious.
Ciara is one of the coolest people in the
yes,
world.
she is.
Lately, I've just been having like talks with her about like dogs, but you know,
Corgis?
Her dog,
Yeah.
rest in peace to her dog, Kokomo.
Yeah.
it's so sad, man. I hate when dogs die.
And then Andrew is I think Andrew's so talented.
The very first time I actually met you guys is I met Andrew the same day.
Really?
Hilarious. Such a funny guy.
I've hung out at Andrew's place. That dude is amazing. Where you going? Oh, good.
He was like, "Hey, it was Halloween." He's like, "Hey, you want to carve pumpkins? Want to carve pumpkins and smoke weed?" I was like,
Whoa, you can't say that here.
it's legal.
But you can't say that Andrew does that.
Oh,
You can't out him like that.
Hey, he's got glaucoma. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's glaucoma.
Nah, Andrew's a great dude.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
he's
He's
awesome.
so much fun. I had my hoverboard at.
And then Cameron, man, I've been in movies with. I mean, Cameron's a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you had your hoverboard and what?
He fell off the hoverboard.
I also remember when Keith Del Mar bumped into him and
Oh,
yeah.
that became a thing.
That was
a thing.
That was He was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, like Keith didn't know. He had
went
no
like this. He
idea.
just went like
yeah,
that.
because he was acting out something and he bumped into him, but we didn't even know. Like no one noticed it, but then he didn't.
You know
we
what?
thought it was a thing.
One thing I also want to address is the hate that people give on Ranger Board. And here's the thing. You guys might not think, and I don't either.
even like it.
But you guys might not think it. But if you guys are on Ranger Board, maybe be a little kinder to the actors because they're
reading it.
They actually are reading it. But not only that, it literally like dictates the way they play a character or their confidence in playing a character.
Oh yeah.
You guys have a direct effect on the way they do things, and I think that like give them a chance to be who they are. Like some of the things I hate about Power Rangers, and the worst part is that some of the biggest haters in Power Rangers, if you confront them face to face, they're gonna try to make a big deal out of it because we live in a fucking era where you can't say anything, you can't say anything, you can't do anything. Our hands are cuffed because we live in this era. But guess what? I don't give a fuck anymore. And here's the thing: there's so many people out there that want to sit there and play a fucking victim, but you're not. You're not. And here's the thing: I'm not. Hey, if you want to call me out to my face, I won't touch you. Talk to me to my face and do it though, because hiding behind a keyboard, that's one thing. Please just talk to me as a human fucking being. That's all I ask.
Sword and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I think it was Abraham and Christina that were saying that they're reading stuff on there. And then there's some like mean stuff like saying, "Oh, Betty and Benny are terrible." It's like it's a job. How dare you insult these people? It's a job. Yeah.
And then saying they're terrible and everything like that, it's like someone had to write this, right? And then you also know there was a director who shot it and said, "Yep, this is what we're gonna go with." And then an editor who said, "This is the best take." So all of those things come into play.
Hey, Ranger
when you
Board.
think about what one person is
Ranger
doing
Board.
as far as their acting.
Why
And
are
then
people still using forums like that?
I'm telling
anyways?
you, it drives me insane. I'm kind of like, well, in the world we're in.
Are we going to do chat rooms again?
Yeah,
Chat
I
rooms?
don't know
Guess so.
maybe if Ro has this way, we hashtag show just might. But I will say this.
Damn!
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh man!
Jeez, that was a joke. But I will say this. I think that the content you guys want should be creative. And I honestly think we need to be less critical of the content everybody's trying to provide and more constructive and supportive of the content you get.
Yeah, because you ain't doing it.
And I think
perfect example, if you don't believe it, the podcast episode we did a little nerdy with Caleb. Caleb talks about that.
Yeah.
It was like, it was kind of weird. Like, everyone's giving me all this hate and everything. And you're like, oh man, like, I'm still not finished with season 2.
And I just want to make sure we're clearly not marked as a kid show. I'm drinking Coors right now, which is the thing.
Yes.
But I mean, honestly, and it's crazy because I haven't actually talked, I mean, face-to-face talked to you in a while. But
We're doing it right now.
I mean, besides today, but I think that one thing that kind of bothers me, and you really could start thinking about things like this, is that you really do a lot for the community that they don't even know, and it's not like you're asking credit for it. No. But what I mean is, like, you're trying to do innovative new things with Power Rangers, and then it's kind of like you have an opinion on something, and people just try to attack you. And I don't get it. I don't understand it.
It's easy for them. That's why.
My thing is, it's kind of interesting because it's like,
put your pitchforks down and create content yourself. Fucking figure it out. And if you don't, one of the questions we get all the time: how do you do this? You pick up a fucking camera and talk. If you can't do that, you can't do this.
Yeah.
It's true.
But my thing is, you tune in for the show to hear my opinion, and then you're like, how dare he share his opinion?
Right?
Which one is it?
But there's a difference though. When we say something, like.
Versus
when you say something, it's like, what
the
fuck, man?
Yeah, they're like, bravo, Joe, bravo, Joe. I'm like, yo, I just wanted to say that I really like the Gold Rangers outfit.
Hey, Josh, fuck
and
you.
It's like,
I mean, I will honestly say this. I think, and hey, this is really pulling the curtain back for all of you Ranger fans out there. You guys really think that, like, I mean, a lot of you, like, I know we can say that scheduling conflicts, we can't do the show, blah, 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 blah. Really, it really comes down to this. Sometimes we don't want to, and I'll tell you exactly why. There was a time and a point where we loved doing this show. And I think now we're going to start getting back there. But there was a point in time, and it's going to be harder for you, I'll be honest. But there was a point.
That love and feeling, man.
There was a point in time where we loved it. But truth be told, there's also a point in time where each one of us in our own way, we're deterred from the fandom.
Yep.
And it's like, why are we doing this? Because they don't even, like, nobody cares. Nobody appreciates this. No. And now it's kind of like, okay, let's focus in on what we want to do and figure out how to execute it. But, like, we want to do innovative things with Power Rangers. Had it not been for the innovative interviews we started doing, this channel wouldn't even exist.
At all.
And that's a straight up fact. So I think that what it really comes down to is that we want to bring new things to you guys, but at the same time, we want, I mean, truth is, we live in a culture now where people are going to hate. They're going to hate. It is what it is.
It is.
But we also want those advocates out there that have our backs. And if you guys have our backs, look out, watch us.
Black Queen says, I'll pull the curtain back. For a while, I thought Jezza was a jerk, especially when he blows people's spot up. But he's just doing his job. He's a producer, I understand. Blow people's spot up. What does that
What'd you
mean?
do?
Just when you're just like pointing out something about them, what they did wrong, or you're just.
That's just called being a human.
Bringing attention to them.
I'm just not a PC person, so I don't really,
What's that one say with the we had to hide? Fuck you,
wow.
YouTube. Now we get flagged.
I hate Power Rangers fandom because they are fucking awful and assholes. Please excuse my language and my cursing.
Hey,
do you not watch us?
We're the only. Yeah, right? We might be the only Power Ranger show that is going that extra level for you. Yeah, I mean, our language.
Everybody else is dying. Why are you surviving? Cause fuck.
Everybody else is like leaning away. And have you noticed too that some of the hate we get is like, oh, they just like it's some of the hate we get is like,
that's true.
And it's kind of like, just be you. If people are gonna embrace who you are, then embrace who you are. But this is the way we speak. This is the way we're gonna speak to you. But we're also gonna talk to you like you're human beings.
Yeah, we're not gonna pander to you. We're not gonna like. It's like those kids that 13 or 14, they still believe in Santa Claus. We're not gonna keep that. We're not gonna.
Wait, whoa! Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
Dude,
shit.
you know what? One thing though, you never want to be the parent of the kid who tells the other.
I already told. Hey, Mia, if you're watching, Santa Claus does not exist.
I was that parent.
Actually, I hope she's not watching.
Where it was like my daughter later then went to school and was like, well, Santa Claus doesn't exist. And they're like, what? Yeah, I had to talk to my dad and blah, blah, blah. Santa Claus doesn't exist.
Listen.
And then the parents come to you and they're like, why did you do that? You ruined my child. And you're like, what?
Before you tell him, say, hey, don't tell anybody I told you.
And that's what we... It did not work.
No, but it's getting harder. It's getting harder and harder now. It's like, all right, especially here in LA, like you got your, I don't have kids, but you're taking your kids to like different malls. Like, oh, there's Santa Claus, the generic, white old Santa Claus, and you go over to like a little a mall over here near Inglewood or something. It's like, hey, why is Black Santa? It's like, oh, he got stuck in a chimney or something.
Right?
It's like,
blackface.
By the way, I don't think I've ever heard he got stuck in the chimney. I don't think I've ever heard that
Well,
before.
he goes down and
he
makes
goes
sense.
down the chimney.
He got stuck in the chimney.
It's like, or then you go over to like Koreatown or like Chinatown, and it's like an Asian guy's like, and the dad's just like, I don't fucking know. I give up. Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah,
I can't explain. I can't explain this one.
I don't know.
I can't explain this one. It's
By
not-
the way, a lot of us are going to be together for Thanksgiving, and I almost feel like we should live stream it.
At some point, but I don't know if it's gonna be the best thing because I think it's gonna be family also there.
I think that's even better. I honestly think that's even
What
better.
is since Thanksgiving's coming? I don't know if we're all gonna be the same. Well, there's a lot of hiding. Why is it
Certain people, I don't know.
haters gonna hate, gonna say hell to the haters, and will continue. Did they like? I felt like YouTube changed their filtering.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's like anything that.
because there's nothing real like haters. Is that?
They're like the word hate, and they're like, oh my God, block it.
I don't know.
Participation.
What were you gonna say though?
Since we're not really, we'll probably see each other during Thanksgiving.
Well, we at least four of us,
Yeah.
4 out of the 5 of us in the room are actually having Thanksgiving Day
if,
together.
if I,
available.
so I'd have to figure out what my family's thing is,
Yeah.
and then
Just
I have to
bring
get,
them
I have
with
to
it.
get, I have to get there before what? Shut the.
No, I'm serious.
He's serious.
I'm
about it.
telling everybody, I'm encouraging everybody here to bring their families to.
Where are they gonna fit?
Well, so
what
we
I said.
might get the community center if it turns out to. I don't think it's gonna turn out to be that big, but I feel like we are gonna do a big thing, and it's also. Josh is my next door neighbor. I don't know if you guys hear this, but it's both of our houses.
So you're
now.
gonna just break down the little fence over there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we'll just leave the garages open.
I feel bad. I was there when Stephanie had to prepare for that barbecue. She was stressing out.
That's because she stresses out over everything.
Yeah, that's it. I'm like, nah. Because, I mean, you're like, oh, what's wrong? But you're like, what are you stressing out
Like
over?
she
You're
she
stressing
wants
out over
everything to
cooking?
be like,
So-and-so,
oh,
so-and-so,
well, like we're having a barbecue. We need a butler. We need. And it's like what?
I was sweeping outside. I was like, it's outside. I don't know. That's me. That's just me. I don't know if that's a thing.
Why-
I'm
why am I doing this?
I'm sweeping outside.
Yeah, like sweeping. Sweep what, outside?
Welcome to my life.
I was like, I'm outside though. It's like,
I love that. I'm outside, though.
I
What am I
don't know.
supposed to do? It's like the Arizona cans on Atlanta.
No, but I'm honestly,
It's
if you want to come, I'm encouraging everybody bring their whole families.
That's a lot of people, man.
We have a face painter coming for kids. That's a true story.
What the hell is going on here?
True
It's
story.
Stephanie. It's Stephanie.
I told you. You think I want a fucking face painter for
Really?
kids?
Is there a bouncy house?
There was gonna be one. There was gonna be one. That's not even a joke. There
There's gonna be
actually
4
was.
different type of turkeys. I'm like, what?
What's your worst Thanksgiving story though? Like the worst thing.
Oh,
ever.
I'm living it. I'm living it this year.
And Josh has to like he's kind of in this now too. He's like,
Yeah.
Well, he got roped into it now because Grant.
I canceled the turkey that I ordered because now I'm cooking a ham.
Yeah, it completely changed.
Oh, just so you know,
Wow.
so Josh is kind of related to Joe now.
Jonelle, yeah.
Yeah, because Joe's girlfriend, her grandma is Josh's girlfriend.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's not real. It's not real.
That's completely
but
real.
It's just pretty much.
And
Hey,
they,
that's gonna be the top story on Black Tea.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
and they sped up the relationship so quick. The first time they met, they moved in
They
together.
moved in
already.
together, right? I was like, oh my gosh, Josh.
Now,
wow.
now she's telling him what to cook, what
Yeah,
to eat.
right. Josh, like,
Jeez.
oh, I'm ordering this turkey. Put it down. No turkey.
Yeah, but
You're making
Tatiana's coming.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be at the. Are you bringing your roommate? You should.
Her
I mean,
roommate is not.
Tell my roommate.
it's open.
No,
It's open. I
no,
literally
her roommate
in the
doesn't
invite.
exist.
In the invite.
She's in my imagination.
doesn't
In the invite, it's literally open to all
There's
families.
There's actually no roommate. It's her.
Yeah.
It's like that whole fight club thing.
She has a 2-bedroom apartment just so she can have one room as an office and the other the bedroom.
I literally
She's like,
open
yeah,
it to
I
all
know that.
family and friends. All family and friends. That means like, if you're family, bring them on over.
Yeah.
You too. He doesn't want to though. He's trying not to.
Wait, who would you bring?
I do not want to bring my mother. I don't want to bring
I think it's
my
I would
great.
like to meet
my
your
mother's
mom, though.
boyfriend. I don't want to bring
Why?
the uncle. I don't want to bring any of them. I just no. Yeah,
What's his
yeah.
mom like?
My
She's
mom is
great.
very
His mom's
interesting.
great.
Very interesting. Nice woman.
Yeah?
But I just don't want to bring her.
You like to any event?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe
But
if
it's
we
gonna
do
get to a
something
point where
like-
there's
Why
so
would
many
your mom?
If we
people.
do a show where it's like, if we're doing like, oh, hey, it's a Mother's Day show, blah blah. Oh, I'd make my mom show up for that.
But
I'd
there's so
definitely-
many
she'd
people
love
that
to
are gonna
dress
be
up.
there. You're probably not even gonna answer. Like honestly, my cousins are coming. And their kids are
Is
coming.
your brother coming?
My brother is not coming. Neither is my sister. I don't think. I haven't invited them. But hey, you guys are welcome to come.
They're like, what the,
Huh?
what the hell are they typing in right now?
On Thanksgiving, it's on.
F you, Joe.
Look at Facebook.
What the fuck?
What does it say? Go. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
What's it say?
I kind of want to kill myself.
What?
I'm going to do something stupid. Hey, Shinchi Red, or I don't know how you say that.
Who said that?
I don't know who
Shishi Red, listen. We are not the outlet for you guys to kill yourselves. I will say this, is that, listen, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's obviously not the move we want you guys to do, or anybody
there's
to
a
do.
phone number, yeah.
Please reach out to Suicide Prevention Hotline or the Trevor Project or whatever it may be, but please do that.
Or if this is a joke, don't.
Yeah, if it's a joke, don't bring it here.
There's some things that you don't do. Yeah, don't joke about. Sorry.
Anyways, back to Thanksgiving. I want to meet your mom. What is that? Oh, here you go.
National Suicide Prevention
There
Hotline.
you go. Let me put that in there.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
Like the crisis one.
But I will say this: Thanksgiving, I'm excited. I'm going to tell you why. It's because I look at the people that are coming, at least from my side, is my family, and I want them all to like.
Your dad coming?
Yeah.
I want to meet your dad. Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, I think you'd get along with him very well, actually.
What does that mean?
No, he's a military dude, so you would get it. But like, I think that I think everybody that I want to just meet everybody. Not everybody. I do want to meet everybody. I want it to be like a big blending. I want it to be like a hey, like this is what the future is. This is what we are as a society. Kind of like, and honestly, with our Thanksgiving, the one that's happening at my place, is that it's the biggest mixed group of people you could ever put into society. But hey, this all functions, whether people agree or disagree. I mean, this is the way it works, and I think that it's kind of like what I kind of want to do. It's actually what I want Hashtag Show to be too. But
what did you guys do last Thanksgiving?
I did it at Rose.
Yeah, right.
With you.
Yeah.
Oh. Was it?
And
like,
Josh.
Yeah.
And actually Tatiana.
That's
Holy
right.
shit! It was the four of us.
It was the brownie.
Wait. Oh, it was.
It was brownie night.
Oh shit! It was
the
brownie
brownie
night.
It was brownie night.
Oh
Oh boy. Oh
Oh,
boy.
is that when his mom called you?
Yeah, in the morning.
That's been a year already.
It's
Jesus.
been a year. Oh,
Where were we
man.
going after that? We were going somewhere.
Probably blue.
Yeah, blue.
Was it?
Yeah.
So we went to Tatsu.
Yeah.
Tatsu, yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy. That was a crazy story. I didn't get to experience it, but that was a crazy
Oh
story.
my god, it's the best story. It's one of the best.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stories are always good.
You know what? And Thanksgiving is actually my least favorite holiday.
It is.
But
It is.
now
No.
I think this year it's gonna be one for the books.
You know what it is? It's because like it gets ruined now because they have those sales starting in Thanksgiving, and people are their whole thing's eat and then head out. You know?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I mean, dude, look, if I got all my stuff last year, I'm not rushing out to buy new stuff again immediately this year. Like, if I got a TV last year, I'm good. I'm not going to, I got to get the new one now. What am I going to do with the other one?
But
I
also,
got?
like, just having that amount of people that are just so different together is just fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because at that point, it's kind of like, I mean, honestly, the barbecue we had, it turned into like it was a heads up tournament.
Yep.
Who's your partner?
Daniel, we got robbed.
What do you mean you got robbed?
Yeah, we got robbed.
We got
Who'd you
robbed.
lose to?
We got robbed. I don't know.
By who?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think was it, somebody.
Was it Johnny?
I don't know. We got
I
robbed.
don't know. I mean, I know we got robbed.
We got a super chat from the Blur. Who would be your Ranger?
I'm the champ.
Yeah, sure you are.
Who would be in your Ranger Thanksgiving?
Well, I mean, actually, in real life, I think I'm going to invite Brandon Mejia. I'm going to invite a ton of them.
Brennan.
Allison.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite, I'll probably throw out an invite to Brandon Mejia, Allison Sullivan. I'll probably invite Chris Kamen Lee.
Yeah. Well.
I am trying to set up like a hangout with some Power Rangers if you guys want to come, you know.
Ooh.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Fun times.
What kind of hangout is this? I need to know.
Just going out. You know.
Just
Yeah,
go
just
down,
going
you can have a Ninja
I don't
Turtle.
like the way you're saying that.
You can have a Ninja Turtle hat.
No, what are you talking about? Shut the
I don't
fuck
know.
up.
I'm just asking you. I don't know. Michelangelo. I don't know.
Nah, but I'll extend an invite, and I'll see if they want to come to Thanksgiving. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
The A Games, Joe, Daniel, Joseph. Can we talk about the Power Ranger Macy balloon? It's been there for the Red Ranger Macy's parade balloon.
I mean,
It's been there. I mean, it's not
we've
used.
seen it before.
Not a really
Right? We
big
saw it
Macy
last-
Good
parade
job.
guy.
Didn't we see it last year?
How about
like
how about
3
we
years
change
in a
this to a fun subject?
Yeah, 3 years.
You're a
ago.
big fan of the Lightning Collection. I'm a big fan of Lightning Collection.
Oh boy.
Name two packs. One 2-pack for New York Comic Con and 2-pack for San Diego Comic Con that you want to
Ooh.
see.
See, that makes it harder. Like, there are 2-packs I want, but when you do it at a big con like that, they mainly do
We'll
like
say
fan
we'll
service.
say 3.
Sure.
One is also Morphicon.
Oh.
So Morphicon, I'm gonna say Bulk and Skull.
Morphicon, Vulcan Skull? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vulcan Skull. New York Comic Con? Ooh. It'd have to be like an iconic one, right?
I already got one that
Does
you're
it?
gonna love.
All right, what is it?
Ninjor and Blue
So
Centurion.
funny. I knew you were gonna say Ninjor. For some reason,
Ninjor and
some
Blue
reason, I
Centurion.
didn't say that.
I think
It's a perfect matchup.
I think it would be like something very recognizable, like even to fans that haven't been watching, because it's such a big con. They want to bring more people in.
Ninjor and
See,
Blue Centurion.
for me, I think for New York, I would do Squat and Babu.
Woo!
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But I mean, for me, like if I
Dang.
didn't like the true ones, I'd want like a Psycho Pink and like a 3-pack: Psycho Pink, Lost Galaxy Pink, and Space Pink.
Ooh, that's
you
a
could
good
get
one.
3 pinks in one for that one iconic episode.
But there hasn't been a 3-pack yet, so stick it to 2.
Aw, damn. It's two.
Only 2 for the pink.
Ooh, Ecliptor and Darkonda.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So that's your New York pack. That's your. Which New York pack did you like the best?
Yeah.
Darkonda and Ecliptor, Squat and Babu, or Ninjor and the Blue Centurion? I'm curious. All right, so let's go with our Comic Con. We didn't do our Morphicon. I say Bulk and Skull.
Oh, for Morphicon.
Morphicon? I would take the Blue Centurion and.
But wait. Which one did we just do? That was New York.
That was New York. Now we're doing Morphicon.
Morphicon. I say Bulk and Skull.
Ooh, I would say, Lieutenant Stone and the two chimpanzees.
Okay, that's
Ooh,
fair.
nice.
That's fair.
I'm going for Alpha and a kind of slight playset Zordon.
Okay.
So which one you guys choose there? Alpha and Zordon, Bulk and Skull, or Lieutenant Stone and the Monkeys? All right, now if you go on New York Comic Con, think about your 2-pack. Go.
I want the Ranger Slayer, and I want one
Ranger
of-
Slayer's coming out in the next wave, though,
Oh, shoot.
so you might not want to do that
Shoot.
one.
I don't know. You go.
I want Pineapple the Clown and Trainee's cousin.
Dang!
That's a good one. I want.
Whoa.
I want. I want Preston and I want Coda
Yeah. From what do you call it? What's the
from
crossover?
Ninja Steel and
that'd be cool.
Dino Charge.
Jeez, man. God,
But
I'm
so
not
like
I'm not
her
a
cousin
monster.
and then
Like the
cardboard.
Yeah,
cover
cardboard,
cut?
yeah.
Or it could just be the cardboard. That'd be funny.
and
too.
then just
So which one do you want?
damn, dude. That's so
Or you know what? Pineapple the Clown and then his Pineapple Monster version and then the cardboard.
Okay,
So it's not. It's
okay.
technically a 2-pack. The cardboard's accessory.
I like that. What I want, kind of close to that though, but I want Scorpina.
And
The monster Scorpina.
Ooh.
oh, that's a good one.
Or what's the Sphinx one? I felt like he was supposed
King
to be a bigger.
Sphinx, I do
I felt like
too.
he was
I
supposed to
do
be a
too.
bigger
Bigger
character.
than he was, right?
Because like
I
there's a
think
lot
so.
of like coloring books where it's just him and Goldar
I know.
together.
Yeah.
They were marketing him like he
And
was
it's crazy.
something
He makes like one appearance, and it feels like he's more of an iconic villain. When you see him, you know who he is.
Yep,
else. King Sphinx.
It's very fascinating
Yeah.
the way that would be.
it's true.
Or maybe like just a monster pack. Like you can have like the Black Knight and then Pudgy Pig and then Shell Shock. There's so many iconic like MMPR monsters.
I guy.
Eye Guy, yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many iconic. Lizard, the Bryan Cranston
Snizzard?
character. Snizzard. Yeah.
What's the toad? The one that swallowed in the pilot episode.
There's
you know
so
what I'm
many,
talking
man.
What's
There's
that
so many.
traffic light turtle?
Yeah, Shell Shock, I think.
Shell
yeah.
Shock, yeah.
Dude, there's so many.
I mean, honestly, we're all naming Mighty Morphin villains, though. Can you name any besides like the main
Besides the main
monsters,
ones,
yeah.
I mean, you got was it Igor?
Al Gore?
Al Gore. What's his name?
He is definitely fighting for climate change. I don't know.
They're like, guys, get him!
He
He's like
is
the world.
definitely
Al
fighting
Gore
for
is
climate
a
change.
monster.
Get Al Gore! He's a monster! And he's like the world's eating up. That's all.
It's
What's his name though? Is it Igor? No.
I don't even know.
Igor? Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Al Gore?
Elgar.
Elgar.
Elgar. That's
He
what I
reminds
was
me of
talking
Josh.
about.
No, Al Gore is definitely fighting for climate
Al Gore
change.
reminds me of Josh.
That's not.
Inconvenient truth. That is inconvenient truth.
That's his finishing move. He just preaches to you for about 2 hours.
Put you to sleep.
He just sits and they just turn on the Gore button.
Let me ask you guys another question. Say you have your chance to see what the next season's going to be. We have a lot of seasons that haven't been adapted. What's the season you would adapt and why?
I want to say Q Ranger, but I don't want them to touch Q Ranger with like the trans.
That's why we're doing Cosmic Protectors.
Yeah, I would say Maybe Zyuohger. They could do something with Zyuohger.
I agree. I'm with you. Zyuohger. That's the one I would adapt also.
Yeah, I think they could do something.
I don't
with
know much about the train one. Yes.
That only happens in
Just
one
do
episode.
It's only, I was like, it's only one episode.
An episode we're not ever gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They would never do it.
getting that episode.
But apparently, kids don't like trains too much.
But
American
I heard it's a good show.
It's amazing. I just finished
I
it.
heard.
We also do adapt that in the Cosmic Protectors universe. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of shows. I think that I actually haven't been keeping up with the new Sentai,
Yeah.
the new dinosaur one now.
Yeah, I heard that kind of fell off.
Yeah.
People are already
weird.
waiting for the new one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
all right,
weird.
so what episode are we on here?
I heard the same thing. A lot of people aren't.
But I think the U.S. could do something with it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe make it like a Lord of the Rings type
I
thing.
mean, we can do it
With
now.
dinosaurs?
I would love
Yeah.
to see a Common Rider finally adapted.
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
would love that.
Well, it's on. Have you seen any stuff on Amazon?
I've seen Amazon.
On Amazon.
Yeah, I saw the
Is it
Amazon
good?
one. It was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It
is
starts
that
off.
is that on Amazon?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on Amazon.
It started off where it kind of.
You think that's why it's on
like-
Amazon?
I think so. I thought that was it.
I
that's
didn't
why
know
they
that.
made it. I thought they made it for Amazon.
Maybe.
The
It's
blurb says
possible.
Said.
adapt Geo only because I know Jezzer hates Geo. It could have been a good series.
It had potential.
Well, listen, we are adapting everything. I will tell you right now, and I already told everybody this on the last stream. The first Common Rider we've figured out how to adapt is Blades. So I think that Kamen Rider Blade. I think that that's the first thing we're adapting. And we have such an awesome story for it, but also tied into an older Sentai. So I think it's even better that
I
way.
went to the Kamen Rider Cafe in Japan.
How was it?
Oh yeah.
The food was shit. It was
Was
crap.
it?
Yeah, it just made it look like it, and it's like very small portions, but you paid like crazy amounts for. But the place looked cool. I mean,
Was there a lot of chicken there? I know they took away monster. The
No, it was a lot
monster
of-
came and took away.
no, there's no chicken. It was only fish.
Really? Is that true?
No, I'm kidding.
I was like,
That was
what?
Super Sentai
Yeah,
though.
exactly. That's it.
It was
But
alright.
yeah, so that's
chicken
one of
only
the
fish.
that's one of the series we're adapting. Also, we're trying to figure out we're gonna do Dragon Knight as Dragon Knight. We're gonna do Masked Rider. We have Amazon already figured out too.
Superhuman Samurai?
We are actually adapting that.
Nah.
I swear to God.
What? That's
Actually, Big Bag Beetleborgs too.
what?
Yep.
Yes.
With Flub or what's
Yeah.
his
With
name?
Flubber,
that,
yep.
with the, oh,
I
We
also
have-
thought that was Jay Leno's. Hey,
I
Jay
did
Leno's
too.
on
I
the
did
show.
right. I was like, it's clearly Jalen.
We actually anything that's like Japan Metal Heroes, anything that's Tokusatsu, it's going. We're trying to make a cohesive universe to all fit together. And the way honestly, the way there's a great one. The Chinese Sentai stuff, which we figured out.
What?
There's
Oh, yeah.
Chinese Sentai?
There's Chinese Sentai that we figured out how to adapt it, and the way we do it is brilliant. Brilliant. Credit Toku Kid for that one. But with the way we do it is going to be a lot of fun. And I think that's the perfect opportunity for a lot of you fans that have ever wanted to be a Power Ranger to jump on and check out our Patreon. Because especially with that season, those seasons, I should say, there's a lot of room for people to jump on there. And they will appear in episodes that we're currently writing right now. So I will say that if you ever wanted to be a Power Ranger, this is your chance. Tracy Lynn Cruz is coming back. We have a lot of former Power Rangers coming back to Cosmic Protectors. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot different, but it's gonna be an audio comic that you guys can't miss. But I think we talked enough today.
I think so.
That's right. There's a Chinese Sentai. Go check it out.
All right. So we're gonna everybody find you guys on social media.
Oh yeah.
By the way, how do you like the new Blue Ranger figure for the Beast Morpher?
I haven't opened it
I think it's the best head sculpt though.
I haven't opened it yet.
The head sculpt's really good.
I wanna check out if they have any more.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
What's out?
Draken, Jason,
Yeah.
Another Jason.
With his-
I am kind of bummed out. It's Jason again though.
and not only that, but it's the head sculpt that was the Gold Ranger. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A little
Yeah.
bummed out. I'm a
I
little
thought
bummed
they.
out.
nah, it's Draken,
but-
Jason, the blue Beast Morpher Ranger, and I want the gold,
Davi.
Davi, Gold Ranger.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we should get it and then have Davi on the show.
Yeah,
That'll be dope.
absolutely should.
Davi's cool. Davi's cool.
Did we ever put up the Abraham thing?
Huh?
With his toy?
I don't think we did.
Oh, well, we should.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for joining us. Where can we find everybody on social media?
All social media at Jezzer Zeus.
Daniel?
Social media as Battlestar Galactica.
And tomorrow you'll be talking about what episodes?
I forgot what episodes of Turbo.
We're almost
But
done. We're almost done, though.
and that's all that's important, guys.
Yes. So there's 4 episodes left. We have 2 more turbos to go. You're in the penultimate
Yes.
Power Rangers Turbo Retro Ranger
Yes.
wrap-up. And you can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. We thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate your support. Go check out everybody's social media. Also check out Daniel and myself on Retro Ranger tomorrow. And check out Quest for Player 2 that he's on Tuesday. Thank you guys so much. Check out our website, thathashtagshow.com, and follow us also on our other YouTube channel, The Illuminati. But that's going to do it for us right here at That Hashtag Show. We appreciate you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with everything trending
In geek pop culture.